they're not started yet.
Welcome everyone, we're at the Kwai's third summit and we have a really special guest here who I have gotten to know only in the last 2 days, 3 days. But what you've gone through, the fact you even have the smile on your face is just crazy, because in terms of what we're here to do, we're trying to find solutions to problems that have happened to the city before, and using technology and using the experience of experts that understand how to deal with disasters. And Nick Arnzen has been going through a very challenging time with regard to we're very close to the Ian fire here, and that's what we really got dark very quickly. I'm sorry about that. We may have to cut this part. But
I think you have to embrace it all, because I'm the vice chair of the Altadena Town Council, and it does feel like we've known each other a lot longer than 2 or 3 days. But I think in the moment of tragedy and trauma, you kind of connect with people, especially if you've got similar ideas, similar visions. And your vision definitely resonated with me immediately. And the idea of technology helping to shape the rebuild on our town, but also shape the idea of how to protect my town, which obviously as a council member is important to me.
Yeah. And when you took some of the people around the neighborhood, because when we really back up and say that the favor of your time and expertise that you've given us is to be able to give people that traveled in from out of state in order to be part of what I consider to be a re-envisioning of urban development in Los Angeles. The experts that came in from out of town, they needed to see it for themselves and actually to be able to see it through your eyes. Do you feel like when they process what they've seen, and they've been through these disasters before so many times, do you think that they're seeing new solutions coming?
I'm Victor Esch. I'm a fire rescue chief and an international emergency disaster management consultant. I have with me Nick Arnzen, resident of Altadena, California, and the vice chair of the town council. And I have Chris Cooper, retired captain, Los Angeles Fire Department. Nick, we're on your property. Can you tell us essentially the events of the evening?
Yeah, you bet. I distinctly remember at 6:30 p.m. So we're looking at the back of the property, but I was sitting in our office and I got word of I was kind of following the Palisades fire. Well, you nailed it there. I mean, if only you could take away the emotion, the pain, right? But what you can do, and I said this from the beginning, I wish I had a personal assistant. I wish I had somebody running all of the stuff that I just don't have the bandwidth to think about, because I need to focus on my family, on my own grief, on my trauma, on my therapy. Whatever I need to do next has been pushed aside because I need to take care of the basics. And if those basics were taken care of, then you can actually become stronger and get through this in a more meaningful way.
And those basics, like you'd say to yourself, like when you are in the midst of what appears to be calamity. I mean, like, because I got evacuated from my home, and I know that you got evacuated from your home under circumstances that were much more treacherous. In those moments, like these basic things that you're thinking about, well, like how does the technology? I mean,
sure.
And that's in part what you're here to learn as well, and I know that, and I'm sort of translating this because what we've come to find, actually, this is a fascinating thing, and maybe we can get into this because I'm sort of educating you about this. The technology is currently able to assess where people's circumstances are by virtue of the conversations that the technology has, and then be able to make with what Kwaai is doing with Mimik, their partner that enables.
And Agentic AI. So
And we have a developer portal. So developers@mimik.com. You can go there, download MimOE, and start developing your microservice native architecture. It's not Docker, it's not container, it's not Kubernetes. It's a new cloud native operating environment for your serverless microservice development, delivery, and security. Thank you for being here with us.
Well, because the one thing we don't have right now, we feel like we don't have control.
Right.
And I'm not talking about in a technological sense. I'm talking about I'm representing this 42,000 people who feel like all the control has been taken away from them. So through that trauma, to have an opportunity where you feel like you could take control of something again, that's a huge spotlight.
Because that takes away the whole idea of like, I don't know what to do at all. I'm just going to stand. Like, there's a lot of paralysis that happens for people. There's like that.
Well, I'll tell you, the night of the fire, when I needed to leave my home, what if I would have had somebody or something able to tell me, don't forget to take this? I mean, I wasn't thinking clearly. And if I had something that I could say, what do I need to do?
Right.
It would say, you need to get out.
Right.
Here's your safe route. Here's what you need to take. Here's the chances of this fire becoming something that's all encompassing. So think about that and think about what's important to you. Here's some suggestions. You know, that would be revolutionary.
Yeah.
This technology includes resources for firefighters and first responders. As a 50-year frontline fire chief and international disaster management consultant, it's inspiring to see these teams creating amazing technology projects that will save lives, increase the capabilities of first responders, and help communities rebuild better, faster, stronger, and safer. So stay tuned for more. Be safe, be smart, and let us help you learn how to be your own cavalry when disaster strikes.
And you're talking about facts and truth, and my biggest hurdle as a council member is to get people to trust me, because I can't be there with everybody, and I can't be their preacher, and I can't be their neighborhood watch captain, I can't be their neighbor. I want to do those things, and I want them to trust the information I'm giving them, but that's impossible. So I'm tasked with how do I reach those people, and I'm doing it in human form. Who do they trust currently? Now, if they had something that they created and had control over, they know that that something is going to give them factual information, is going to vet what they need to vet, and that they're going to hear from me through that. Yeah. And that's why I'm excited about it. It's a beautiful tool to minimize the work that I have to do, which seems impossible at times.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you for having us. This is really, it couldn't be more exciting. I can't wait to hear the conversations you're going to have with your colleagues, where when what comes out of the hackathon, because we've got a handful of contestants that are about to show what they've been working on for the last, I think it's 3 weeks. We put them in touch with some of the biggest experts on the planet in terms of...
Give a big hand for Nick.
Thank you, everybody. It's amazing to be here. My family lived up in Altadena. I represent a census tract, which is kind of our district. 87% of the structures are gone. Our family home is gone. Our place of worship is gone. My children's school is gone. We've seen so much loss, but I've said from the beginning we're going to gain much more than we lost, and I'm committed to that. I have to say, I've been asked over the past 2 months, not just as a parent, but as a council member, what do you need? The biggest gap we've had is communication. We are an unincorporated community, which means that we don't have an official government body except for the county. And the county does not have in place a communication system specific to Altadena. So one of the things that we definitely needed was some way to communicate, to get information out and not overwhelm people with the communication. To be able to do that individually doesn't exist, but as I understand it, could exist, and that's very exciting to me. The one thing that my constituents are at a loss for right now is control. They were feeling attacked by nature. They were feeling attacked by all of these outside forces coming in, trying to get their dollars, get their sympathy, and there's no way to vet them. So the idea that AI could help these people feel like they have their control back, to communicate with them and to make them feel safe, that's one thing. As far as leading up to the fires, the idea of having AI help guide us of what would be a best way to protect them, to protect my community. You know, we have some fantastic people working on that, but if AI was to gather all of those ideas and to give us the ground plan of how to best rebuild my community in a way that would protect them, then I'm all over it. So I'm excited to hear what you've got tonight. I'm excited to bring this back to my colleagues and to the county. I'll be sitting on ARC, which will be the commission that rebuilt Altadena, and I'm excited to bring that to them as well. So thank you for having me, and I have a smile on my face. I'm not delusional, but what I am is hopeful, and being here tonight adds to that hope. Thank you so much.
been part of the whole. Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. All right.
All right.